guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. So today I'm so excited to do the third installment of a three-part series that I did with Helen from Eye of the Serpent Tarot and Reena from Gold Key Guidance. So if you missed the first two collaborations, they'll be linked in my description box. But today we decided to look at primary colors, or the trinity colors of red, blue, and yellow. Reena took red, and Helen took yellow, and I am taking blue. And what I love about the color blue is not only is it connected to the throat chakra and expression, but it's also connected to water and the sky. And I really wanted to look at, what is flowing into your life and what you are healing, because I feel like blue is a very healing color, and since it's connected to water, it can really help flow things into your life. And I just wanted to see what was coming next for you guys. And please check out my other two collaborators and the other colors in the description box. And we have three piles today. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. So take a minute, follow your intuition, and we will get started. Hi, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So today we're exploring what messages from blue we have for you. And what I love about blue is that it represents the throat chakra, so expressions, communication. But also, for me personally, I feel like blue is very connected to water and the sky. And water is really about flow and healing. And, hold on. Sorry, I just wanted to check something. Okay, so blue really, for me, is representative of water, and water is about what's flowing into your life. But I also wanted to, so here we're looking at what's flowing into your life, and here we're looking at what you're healing, because I feel like water is also very healing, and blue is also very healing. So I pulled two blue cards to have like your overall energy represented in each pile, and then I pulled some more color cards to see what other colors are coming out. So for what's flowing in your life, we have trust, mystery, and confidence. We have 39, 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. We have 16, patience. We have 44, perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And then we have 25, birds of a feather. And for what's healing in your life, we have quest, forgiveness, passion. We have 2, journey, 30, the garden and the gate. We have 27, heart, home, compassion, and 3, time machine. So your overall energy for what is flowing in your life is trust, which I think is so beautiful, because if you've had a hard time trusting at any point in your life, or if you have wounds that are around trust, I think being in the energy of trust is extremely not just not honorable, but like extremely admirable. That's the word I'm looking for. It's extremely admirable, because it can be very hard to trust. And I think it's beautiful that if trust is what's flowing in your life right now, and trust is what's going to come into your life next. So, and I feel like you're really cultivating trust, pile 1. Like that's something that maybe you've been really working on hard. And there's this I think that you're getting more comfortable with the mystery of life, and you're feeling more confident in yourself, but really feeling confident in yourself enough that you don't have to figure out what's going to happen next. And what I also love is that you have Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Gabriel, if you can see right here, if I'm going to move this, it's going to mess all my cards up, but whatever. So right here, his throat chakra is activating, and Archangel Gabriel is really about communication. And I absolutely love that this card came up for you, because I think it shows how divinely guided you are, pile 1, but also I think it shows that you're willing to do the work on trusting and expressing yourself and communicating and being a clear communicator, not through just your relationships, but through your expression of creativity and your expression in your career or expression in your passions. So I think Gabriel's here also just to add on and to help you activate your throat chakra, activate the blue in your life, activate the flow that's happening in your life. Because there is a lot of good flow that's happening in your life right now, and that's because of this work that you've been doing on cultivating the trust, mystery, and the confidence, but especially the trust. The trust is the most important here. And I love this 16 patience because it for me too, it's like there's another angel again, and then we also have this activation of the solar plexus or the sacral. So I think I'm taking it as both, because over here you also have this orange color in this bird too. And I think that through activating your throat chakra and cultivating the trust and cultivating the communication and the creativity, you're also, when you work on any chakra, it's going to up your other chakras because you are actively doing the work to activate one of them. And when you help one of them, you help them all because they're all connected. All the chakras are connected. And I just see this explosion. Excuse me. I'm so sick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm seeing this explosion of this solar plexus, the sacral chakra, which I feel like is your creativity, but also your personal power. Because in trust, you're going to be able to step into your personal power and step into your creativity in a way that you haven't been able to do before. And I think that's what's flowing in your life as well. And I think it's just double confirmation, the fact that we also have this bird, and it's like literally the same. And red and yellow, I love this because Helen and Reena are doing red and yellow. And I think that orange and yellow together really, and there's red here too, and there's red here too. I think that those colors are really, all three colors are really activating in your life right now in different ways. And I think it would be very helpful to go check out my other two collaborators' wonderful videos in my description box, because I feel there's definite messages there for you, because especially because we have this activation of these two other chakras. And what I also think is super interesting is that you have four birds right here. So you have two angels and four birds, and angels have wings. And so I just think it's interesting that there's this like soaring of this beautiful soaring that you're doing. You're flowing in the way that you're soaring. And it's funny because I was thinking about, when I was doing this video, about like what you're reaching for as in like the skies, because the sky's blue as well, and that for me is really about like what you're reaching for and where you're going next and what you're reaching for. And I think that it's so interesting that we have all these air, but like winged things. And I think it just shows that you're also reaching for something so much bigger than yourself. And I think that is beautiful, because it's scary to reach for something more. It's scary to go after your dreams. It's scary to put yourself in a position, because if you've had issues with trust, it could be your brain, what it likes to do to protect us is to stop us from going after the things we want, because it's safer to not go after what we want, because then we can't get hurt if we don't get it, or we can't get rejected if we don't get it. And I love that this says the courage to step into your life, because that's what you're doing, Pile One. You have this courageousness, this trust in yourself, this confidence that's being cultivated. And what I think that's also doing with this card over here, this Birds of a Feather, is bringing in better relationships. People, you could have your soul family. I specifically, because there's three birds, I specifically see three others, but that could just be for some of you. It could be four others, but I feel like what's flowing in your life is your soul family, or you're finding better relationships, or what's coming in is your soul family. Like, I really feel that so strongly. Is this, and we have 44 and there's four birds here total. So I think fours could be very synchronistic or important in your life. If you're seeing a lot of fours, it's just this confirmation that you're doing everything right, but also that there's this wonderful energy of soul family coming in for you. So if you see that, like, just understand that that's spirit saying that your soul family is coming in. It's so wonderful. I mean, the fact that you're in this energy is so beautiful, and I'm so proud of you. And it's not an easy energy to be in, because I think that if you have wounds, this energy is unfamiliar, and I think that anything unfamiliar is hard, and especially if you have wounds pertaining to this stuff, because I think that you do. That's the general feeling I get, that there's these deep wounds that you've been working really hard at trying to heal. And it's showing up in what's flowing in your life, which shows me how hard you've just been working on trying to make sure that you are being very cognizant of the wounds that you're going after, being very cognizant of how you're showing up in the world, how you're treating yourself. I think that you may have been working on a lot of positive talk to yourself or affirmations. You could be listening to affirmations at night. That may just be for one of you, but it's the same kind of type of feeling, just this feeling of, just this feeling of moving into yourself, of moving into life in a brand new way. And I just want to commend you for doing that, because that is freaking brave. You guys are brave. You guys are a brave person. You do hard things and you are reaping the rewards because you're doing that, and you're finding this power in yourself, and you're just on fire. Like, I just feel like you're just really working hard to catapult yourself into a life that you love. And there's nothing more admirable than that. Seriously, you guys. So, okay, so for what is healing in your life, which I think that they're very connected, obviously, because of the healing work that you've been doing. I see a lot of healing down here, but it gets more specific. So you're on this massive quest, of what I just talked about, but also just this quest of forgiving yourself, being on this journey, understanding you're on a journey, like understanding that. And I think it's interesting because first, okay, I'm going to go here first. Here first. I think that you're forgiving your inner child, not forgiving your inner child, but forgiving yourself and cultivating a relationship with your inner child. I don't even think that you may be forgiving yourself. I don't think you have anything to forgive yourself for, because I think that we all make mistakes and we all do things. And especially if you have wounding around something, like, mistakes are going to happen. I make so many mistakes in my life, just generally, but also especially because I have wounding around certain things, and I make mistakes and I learn, and there's lessons in the mistakes, and there's lessons in the experiences I get myself in because of the wounding, and then I learn from that, and then I also get to heal what actually happened with the wounding in the first place, because I'm stepping into these things that are triggering that wounding, and there's a beauty in that, because I get to heal things where I may have not healed them before because I wouldn't have looked at them because they weren't being triggered. And I think that that's something that you've been doing specifically. I think you're also healing a lot of your wounds around passion and about going after what you want. And maybe it's been hard this may only be for some of you. Maybe it's been hard to go after your passion because there's a self-worth piece that's happening. There's this feeling of like, I'm not worthy. And I think that you've been doing a lot of healing on healing your passion and maybe not feeling like an imposter. There may be a little bit of imposter syndrome going on. By the way, you are not an imposter. You're an amazing person, and you are a unicorn, and you are rare, and you are somebody that has been through a lot. And I absolutely love your energy. So you are not an imposter. You have beautiful gifts. And there is this passion that I feel like you've been really looking at. Why? This is what I hear. Why is it so hard to go after my dreams? Why is it so hard to believe in myself? What happened to me that made me not believe in myself? What happened to me that made me feel like I'm not worthy of going after dreams? Or there may be wounding around the worthiness of not accepting money, but working your gift and getting the exchange of money for the gift that you're doing or for the work that you're doing, because you may feel like you don't deserve that. And I think that that's you've been looking at healing this wound around your passion, your dreams, your ambition, financial matters even. And here for the journey in the garden and the gate, there's a gate and there's a bridge. And I feel like you are looking out. Like, this card right here was really interesting for me because she's like in the gate, right? But she's still looking out, and she looks, for me in this card, I feel like she's apprehensive. She's trying to cultivate a home space, but she's also looking to what's the future and what's going to happen next. And can I step out of my gate and be safe? And I think that that's what you've been healing, looking at how do I step into the world and keep myself safe in a way that feels good for me, that's healthy. And you realizing that this is a journey. It's not something that you're just going to get over. Like, it's gonna like, I always say this in my videos, but I'll say it again. Healing isn't linear. You're gonna take 10 steps forward and 5 and 15 back, and like literally it's so all over the place. And sometimes you'll think you've healed something and you haven't, or you've healed something and there's layers. Like the thing I hate about, not the thing I hate, but I don't like, what I don't like about healing is that there's a lot of layers. And I'll think I have healed something, and then all of a sudden I'll get triggered by something else, and I'm like, why is this happening to me? I should have healed this. Like, this has already been healed. Why am I still dealing with this? And that's my critical brain trying to keep me safe. Love you, brain, for coming after me. But it really is. It's a way to keep myself safe. And so I think you're realizing that there's a lot of layers to, especially if you have extreme wounding, especially if you've been through a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma, or a lot of emotional or familial. I actually just got that. But there may be ancestral stuff you're healing. I kind of get you're like a soul. You are a soul that has come and if you believe in this, incarnated into a ancestral line that needed to be healed. And that's what I kind of got over here with this time machine card. And I love this heart, home, passion. I'm getting all over the place. But you've really done a lot of work to look at the ancestral trauma, your familial trauma, if you have any, your high school trauma. You've been going back in time. You could have also actually been healing past lives, because time machine for me is about like going back in time to places you couldn't go before. And I think that with this time machine card, it really is indicative of going back and healing familial and ancestral trauma. And I think you incarnated as a soul to help break a cycle. I think that may be something your soul does. And I think that you're just being very held in your doing of that. And I think that you want to do that. Like, if you believe in this, and if you're like, yes, that's me, I'm the person that comes in and breaks the generational or ancestral trauma, then you're being very held in this. Spirit's really with you. You are very held in your endeavor, basically, is what Spirit's saying. Okay, so I wanted to get some tarot and see, like, how can blue help you in flowing better and healing better. So I'm going to get 3 cards for flowing better. We've got 3 of Wands. We've got 8 of Wands. A lot of Wands energy. And we've got 10 of, wow. We've got Wands energy like a mofo. All right. And for healing spirit, okay, we've got 4 of Pentacles. We've got 8 of Swords. Okay, one more. Oh, wow. That's a lot, Spirit. Up or down? Ace of Wands. Okay. Let me sit for a second. There's a lot of movement that is happening with the flowing. And okay, so there's a lot of movement. And I think for the flow, I think Spirit's just saying that the flow is happening. There's a lot of movement. But there's also this feeling of like walking uphill and stress and burden. And I think that it's just not pushing yourself super, super hard. Like, making sure that you're taking it slow, I think, is what Spirit and what blue, the color blue, has to help you with here with the flowing. And learning the balance of what flow is, right? Like stepping forward and then taking a step back, and then stepping forward and then taking a step back. Really getting comfortable with what flow means in your life, how you deal with flow, what your body's feeling. I really get the sense of like, check in intuitively with what your body's feeling. Because sometimes our mind will be like, go after it, and our body is exhausted and doesn't want to move forward. But a lot of the times, like if you're like me, you're like, fuck my body, I will just do whatever I want. My body doesn't matter, but it does. And to help the flow continue to flow in the way that it needs to flow, in the best possible way for you personally, getting enough rest, ask your body, hey body, do you want to do this right now? Because if you ask your mind, you know, your mind might say something different. If you ask your body, hey body, how are you feeling right now? Do you feel like you can go do this, whatever it is? Can you do this? And if your body says no, this is a suggestion. You don't have to take it, but your body will tell you when it needs to rest and when it doesn't. If you ask specifically to your body, because it's very hard to differentiate, and I actually have to ask my body all the time, do you want to do a video right now, or do you feel like you're exhausted? And I was sick, and I was like, fuck that, let's do a video. And my body was like, you need a rest, you are sick, like what are you doing? So getting really comfortable with the flow and with what that means for you, and resting properly and not getting too overburdened with the stress because you're pushing yourself forward too hard. And here with the Four of Pentacles, okay, and Eight of Swords, I'm just thinking, yeah, okay, an Ace of Wands. Okay, so I think getting really clear on what your thoughts are, which I think that's something that you've been already doing, but I think doing it even more. I think that it can be a holding on of people or deep-seated past issues still, and understanding that maybe ask yourself, am I holding on to this? I think, and then actively like saying, I want to let this go, or I let this go. And actually sometimes I imagine like I'm holding on to like, okay, I'm just going to I had a trauma come up just the last few days, a really big trauma, and it is really hard to let go. And I asked my inner child, why is it so hard for you to let this go? And she said that it's hard to let it go because if I let it go, then it didn't happen to me. If I let it go, then that means that what happened to me didn't matter, that no one's going to remember there was like this fear of like letting it go, because then that means it doesn't mean something. And that's not true. And I had to tell her, like, I totally get why you want to hold on to this. But it doesn't mean that it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean that you don't matter. Like, you matter. It matters. You matter. It's never not gonna matter. So even in letting go, we're gonna find this relief and love and beauty and joy. And if we hold on, then it's not gonna feel better. And I want you to feel better. I want us to feel better. So can you let this go with me? And I took her and I helped her let it go, and I held her, and I just imagined it was like this darkness in her hands and she let it go, or this actually it was this rope that she was holding to this massive darkness, and I helped her let it go. Yeah, it was hard, but it was so needed. And seeing where there is self-imposed restriction on yourself, seeing where you are still restricting yourself, and also Spirit saying that this Ace of Wands, there is this new creative spark or this new beginning that is being ushered in, because you're already doing this, I feel like, but I think it's just good to ask yourself the question, what am I holding on to and what am I restricting myself in terms of healing and in the wounds? And yeah, this is hard. I really feel like my trauma is similar to a lot of yours, or the feeling of my trauma is similar to yours. And I just want to like commend you for the fact that you're even willing to look at it, the fact that you're facing it, the fact that I know you guys will ask, well, most of you, I think most of you will ask, what am I holding on to and how can I better let it go? And Spirit, can you please help me let this go? Because sometimes we need help in letting go of the things that happen to us. We need Spirit's help. And I ask for Spirit's help all the time. I'm always like, can you please help me with this? Can you please help me with this? And show me and bring clarity to where am I still holding on? How am I still like hurting myself in some ways? What do I need to do better? Like, et cetera, et cetera. And there is this new creative spark that's being born because of the work that you guys are doing, and I just think it's so freaking wonderful. Okay, so I wanted to get one more card, like an overall arcing energy to help you guys with this. I just want to say that I really like you guys, and I just appreciate you if you're here, and And I just wanted to say that I'm like so sorry that you've been through what you've been through. Intervention. So it's, oh, you can actually see it because it's like one of these cool cards. Like, I'll show you this because I'm like, I haven't ever used it. Look at it. See? What? Right? Cool, huh? I know. It's interesting because you have this blue snake. Look at, there's a blue snake. And then it becomes a red snake around this hand. That's really interesting. I think red definitely has some messages for you guys. Intervention. I want to look this up because I want to see. I'm going to pause it because I don't want to make you guys wait while I look this up because it doesn't have any numbers on the cards. I wasn't going to read this, but I'm going to read it because it's not super long. So it says, sometimes the violation is so great that it cannot be overcome. This is the gift. When we have lived in a pattern for so long, we can't dream of escaping it. Or maybe we do dream, but we can't see how to get out. We are blind to the cords that keep us stuck floundering it. People in our lives that makes a soft bed within the darkness that we take another hit without question. And then fighting strikes and it all shatters. There's no putting the pin back in the grenade this time. This is the intervention. This is the universe moving with so much force that you have no option but to do it differently. And whether we can say it or not, we co-create these moments. Our desperation to feel better has been crying out for so long, weaving its way through the cosmos, begging to be heard. Eventually, the echo comes back. The intervention is a mother's soft kiss on a skinned knee. The pain can't be taken away, but you can feel that bold love. The love that dares to break the glass, begging you to make a stained glass window so breathtaking it would make God weep. And that's the medicine of the intervention. Yes, the violation is great, but your potential is so much greater. Let yourself be cut off at the knees. You're still as tall as the trees. So, wow, that's awesome. I just feel like this is just another overall showing of how hard you guys have been working, pile one, and what massive healing that you're choosing to do. And you are in a wonderful place. And it's not easy. Like, I'm not saying like a wonderful place isn't like you feel great all the time, because no one feels great all the time. And I think that you particularly may have really hard days and really go through some deep-seated shit because, you know, I can just feel it. But my point is that you're really working on it. And I think that that's just admirable and amazing and brave. And I just want to give you guys so much love and compassion and serious encouragement, and just to tell you you're a badass, and like, hell yeah to you, dude, because like, this is not easy at all. So I really hope you guys like my video. Go and check out Reena's red and Helen's yellow, because you have definite messages from them, and they're linked in my description box. And I will see you wonderful, wonderful humans next time. Like and subscribe if you can. Comment down below. Tell me what's flowing and healing in your life right now, if this is resonating. And I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So first of all, we're doing the color blue. And blue for me really is representative of water and the sky. And I really wanted to look into what was flowing in your life and what you are healing. And I picked two blue overarching cards, and Cleanse and Bittersweet were the two overarching cards for each pile, because that's like mostly what you're doing and mostly what you're focusing on, because they're the two blue energies that are like the most. And then we have, for what's flowing, we have Space, Faith, 47 Sky Bridge, Possibility for Union. We have 43 Spirit of Gratitude, 5 Attachment, 50 Angel of Strength. We have Bittersweet for what's healing, Bittersweet, Service, Prayer. We have 50 Spirit of the River, Movement toward Adventure. We have 16 The Royal You. We have 45 Man Holding a Heart, and 3 Blossoming Abundance. So, well, what I really get for what's flowing in your life is that you really are in this space of cleansing and creating space. There's almost this like feeling of, I'm taking out the old and bringing in the new. What do I not need in my life? What's rotting in my life? What do I need to clear out? Like, what is not serving me? And I also feel like what's flowing is this faith that like, that what's going to come next is going to be safe. It's not, I'm going to be able to handle what's going to come next is kind of this feeling I'm getting. But it's what else is really interesting is that there's this possibility for union card and attachment card. And I don't know. I think for some of you, there's a possibility of a union if you with another counterpart. If you're in a relationship, then this message might not be for you. Or you could be catapulting your relationship into a new space. But there's this flow of like something's coming in for you. It could be soul friends. It could be soulmates. There's a possibility for union and attachment. I just think it's interesting that that's here. It's just something I really wanted to comment on, because there is this feeling of like a coming together. And usually like when I see a union card, it could be like this coming together of yourself for what's flowing in. But since we have this attachment card and there's this woman looking at this mask, I don't know, it just makes me think that it could possibly be a union of your soul family that's coming in, a union of a soulmate that's coming in, something like that. I also think though that what's flowing for you is this, you're looking at your attachments. I think you're looking at your attachments of what relationships are working for you right now, what relationships aren't working for you right now. You may be really looking at the wounding that's around those relationships, or wounding that has been from the past that may be affecting the attachments you have now. This Angel of Strength card, it's interesting because we have these, I feel like this is such a similar color. It looks very similar because she's got this sun around her in the background. This Angel of Strength with a lion. Lions could be very important as a spirit animal for you, but there is this flowing of inner strength, inner power, inner just, you're going after what you want and you're not taking any bullshit anymore. I kind of get the sense like, I'm fucking cutting the shit out that doesn't work for me anymore. I'm bringing in people that make me feel strong. I'm bringing in the attributes in myself that make me feel strong. I feel like you've been really sitting in your power more pile too. There's just this feeling of power, really. And I think that you've been really flowing in this gratitude. I think gratitude can be one of those buzz things, like write a gratitude list. And I have my own issues, not with the gratitude list, but just like, because it's hard to feel gratitude sometimes. And I think it's wonderful to do gratitude lists, but I don't know why, that's obviously a wound of mine, to have a hard time with gratitude. Maybe you do too. Maybe it's been hard for you to sit in gratitude, but I feel like that's something you've been really cultivating lately and getting really looking at your life in a way and being like, wow, I'm really lucky because I have this, or feel really good because I've done this work. I think there's this gratitude in yourself, in the work that you've done, in maybe there's this, you've been trying really hard to make sure that you stayed grateful for, and really looking at and patting yourself on the back and giving yourself that like, wow, I'm doing a really good job. I'm trying so hard. I'm working so hard at this. And having this faith in yourself. There's gratitude, faith in yourself. You're creating space in yourself. I mean, it's like, and you're cleansing. I mean, a lot of it's I feel like you're creating this space in yourself and this cleansing in yourself. And that's bringing in this faith and this gratitude and these new things that are coming. I feel like really big new things are coming in for you, in forms of relationships, in forms of friendships, in forms of adventures, because there's this adventure card, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself on what you're healing, but I feel like for what's flowing is that there's these new amazing things coming in for you because you've been stepping into this space, stepping into this faith, stepping into this gratitude, really looking at your attachments, really finding your inner strength. It's amazing, pal too. It's really amazing. I think that you're doing a lot of healing too, and that's what I'm going to get into next. Okay. It's interesting we have this bittersweet card for the first and for the overall. I think that it's been really hard to heal some of the stuff that you've been through. I think that you may feel bittersweet over the healing you've done, not even the healing you've done, but maybe you had to let go of some relationships. I really get this sense that like you may have cut some family members out even. I think that's just for some of you. But if you look at this card, like this person's like bringing this cake to someone and they're sad over it for some reason. And I think there's this, and it's like interesting because it has to do with birthdays, and sometimes birthdays can be sad for people because someone's not there, or they had bad birthdays when they were a kid, or they never had a birthday when they were a kid, or whatever. But I think that there's this bittersweet energy when in regards to maybe you had to let some people go. You know what's interesting? I didn't connect this before, but there's this service card, and I don't know why. There's this woman, and no, I don't know why, but there's this kid, and there's this woman, and it looks like I feel like she's dying for some reason. I'm like, it's so interesting. Because then we also have these two people over here, but they look like spirits. I don't know. You may have lost somebody, pile 2. You may have lost someone. Maybe you lost someone a long time ago. You could have lost a parent. And there's this bittersweet energy because while you can heal from some of that stuff, and while you can focus on healing some of that stuff, you're never going to get that person back. And it's never going to feel fully like healed if you have lost someone, if you have grief, because you can't get them back, because it's just never going to be okay, because you can't get them back. And it's just interesting, the energy I'm picking up. And it doesn't have to be like lost someone as in like lost a parent to death. It could be like they weren't healthy for you and you had to cut them out, but that still doesn't take away the pain of losing the relationship. That still doesn't take away the pain of losing them and not having them in your life anymore. And some of you may be going through a breakup. Some of you may have lost somebody. Some of you may have lost someone in the beginning of your life and have healed a lot, but it's still a little bittersweet. Yeah, it truly is. You may have spiritual connections. You may be able to talk to spirits, or maybe a medium, some of you. I get the sense that I get a lot of spiritual energy from this pile, like ancestors or I got a grandma coming in, and just they really love you. So if you have lost somebody, if you're really resonating with what I'm saying, they love you, they miss you, they are watching over you, and they're so proud of you for the work that you've been doing. Seriously. And it's funny because I'm like, of course I get to this prayer card, like, yo, hello, it's right here. Like, there's this praying, like, what's been really healing maybe, or what could be really healing, or what's been healing is a spirit of prayer and the spirit of connecting to the other side. And it's just, I really just get this strong sense that this is very spiritual, because this looks like she's flying. There looks like there's spiritual people, and then you have the same kind of yellow. So yellow, obviously, go watch the yellow video done by Helen, because there are definitely probably messages there. Same with Reena, because we have this red heart here, but they're going to be pertaining to different issues. Yeah. I'm really sorry. Can I just say I'm really sorry if you've lost somebody? I really just want to tell you that I'm really sorry if you've lost someone. I'm really sorry if you've had to cut someone out of your life to do some healing, because either one of those, there's grief in both. There's just grief in both. I really get the sense that, like I said up here, you're moving towards adventure. You're really, and I love this card. This one really sticks out to me, the Royal You. Like, you guys are working so hard at standing in your power and like being the queen or king that you are, and understanding that you're very special. You are special, pile 2. And I think it's also interesting we have a man holding a heart, because before I got into that, I was going to talk about there may be someone that's been holding your heart, and this could be a relationship. I get more of a relationship, obviously, but it could be a family, like a family father or a parent with masculine energy, but there's some kind of wound. I got two things. There's some kind of wound for some of you that's surrounding a man holding a heart. There could be somebody in your life that you're still wanting, like that you're maybe trying to heal for so that you can be with. That's kind of what I got. It's not for all of you. There's somebody that's holding your heart. That's what I'm going to say. And you're doing your best to heal so that relationship can be better. Some of you may be in a relationship with somebody and you're trying to heal some stuff. It's very specific. I've been getting a lot of specific messages, but they're very different I get there's a lot of people here and they're different messages for all of you. And so I'm trying to make sure that I get them all. I'm sorry, I'm sick, guys. 3, blossoming abundance. So what you've been healing, I got two things. It could be that you're healing your feeling around abundance. You could not feel like you deserve to have abundance in some way, and that can hurt you in some ways. But I think what you're healing is looking at that, but I also get the sense that this card is saying that your healing is leading to this blossoming abundance. That's what I feel more of, but I got both. This healing is leading to your blossoming abundance. To blossoming abundance. And abundance is coming in because of the work that you've been doing. And you've been doing a lot of service. Like, this service card spoke different things to me, but it also talks about being of service to others and healing through service. And I think that healing can be about yourself, but it can also be about others. And I think that you, pile 2, are extremely healing and have very healing relationships, and you help a lot of people. I get that sense really strongly. I didn't talk about that, but I get the sense that you help people heal, and that's one of the things that you do to help others, and I think that's so beautiful. Okay, I want to get 3 tarot cards for each to see what can help bring more of this flowing energy and healing energy in your life. So Spirit, for pile 1's flowing energy, what else can help them flow better? 8 of Pentacles. What else can help them flow better? We've got Ace of Cups and one more, Spirit. Oh, that's 2 more. All right. 2 of Pentacles reversed, and we've got the Empress reversed. Okay, I'm going to take them all. All right, and then, for healing, we've got Ace of Wands. I like how we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, Spirit, for healing, we've got 4 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. And the World in reverse. Okay, so for flowing, really working on balancing. It's interesting because it's similar to pile 1. It's really working on your balancing and also making sure you're looking at this feeling of like insecurity and looking at and making okay, I was super doubting myself the other day. I'm just going to tell you guys a story. I was super doubting myself the other day, and I was judging myself for it. I was like, why can't you just do a video? Even if you're doubting yourself, who cares? Just do a video. Like, you know, and that was my judgment coming up to keep me safe. But when you're judging yourself, it's harder to get out of the doubting energy or whatever energy you're in, because the judgment makes it almost impossible to get out of it, because it adds a layer to it that makes it even harder. So what I did was I said, thanks, judgment, for showing up and trying to keep me safe, but I promise I will keep us safe. And it's okay that we're doubting ourselves, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to doubt ourselves sometimes. Like, that's so normal to doubt yourself. And then what happened is that I was able to stop judging myself, and then I was able to stop doubting myself because I stopped judging myself for doubting myself. And I think that if you feel doubt or insecurity, just understanding that this is a process, and not judge yourself for being somewhere that you feel like you're not. Like, if you're like, I should be freaking fully confident and fully in my power and not let anyone fuck with me, well, yeah, we would all love to be there all the time, but sometimes we're not going to be there, and that's okay. And working on your confidence if you can work on it, but just understanding that you're meant to be where you're meant to be right now, and that you are the Empress, and doubting you're the Empress is so normal, and it won't last forever. And the more you do this work, the better you're going to get at that. This Ace of Cups, if there's like love in a new relationship coming in, I'm telling you, or it's this flowing, and this, what you're doing here is cultivating a relationship with yourself to where you're going to have a conception of or opening of your subconscious, and be able to connect with yourself in a new way and create a new relationship within yourself, which I think you're doing. But I definitely, since I felt like there was a possibility for union and attachment, and then we get the Ace of Cups, which is usually about like an offer of love. I'm just saying, I don't know. And then we have 8 of Pentacles, which there's like a new job or something I feel like coming in. And that also, like, you guys got a lot of shit flowing into your life next. Like, you got a new job or a new possibility of a passion project or a new skill that's being cultivated. You may have a new relationship. I get the sense that your soul family is coming into. You're really working on creating this space and this faith. And through this space, the reason that you're getting these new things and this new flowing coming into your life is because you're actively cleansing and making space and having faith that things are going to work out. And that is freaking beautiful, pile 2. Beautiful. Like, wow, dude. I'm so impressed with you guys. I think you're brave. I think you're wonderful. I think you're doing the thing. Ace of Wands. There's a new beginning coming in. It's interesting because, like, I think we had 4 of Pentacles for pile 1 and Ace of Wands. There could be messages in pile 1 for you. So if you feel called to it, please go watch it. There's no rules here. You do whatever you want. There's a new beginning coming in. 4 of Pentacles. I feel like there could be a holding, just be aware of any holding on that you're doing when it comes to your wounds or things that you're working through. See, if you're holding on to something, ask yourself, am I holding on to this? And if you are, actively try and let it go. And if you can't, ask yourself why you can't let it go. Get really curious about why can't I let this go? Because I had a trauma happen recently. I said this in pile 1, but I had a trauma happen recently and I was having a hard time letting it go. And I asked my inner child, I said, why are you having such a hard time letting this go? And she said, because if I let it go, then it won't have mattered. It wouldn't have happened to me. If I let it go, then that's like saying, this didn't happen to me and I don't matter and I matter. And if I let it go, people are going to forget. No one's going to know. I'm going to be forgotten, kind of. That was the kind of sense. And I told her, letting go of this does not mean it didn't happen to you. Letting go of this does not mean saying it didn't matter. It matters more than anything in the world. It should never have happened to you. But letting it go is only going to bring relief and love into our lives. And it's only going to help you feel safe. It's only going to help you feel loved. It's only going to help you find relief. And I can help you let it go. And so I took her, like, I was visualizing in a meditation, and I took her and she was holding onto this rope that was holding onto this massive darkness. And I helped her let it go. And I said she didn't have to do it alone. And I actively tried to let it go. And that's just a creative thing that I did in the moment to try to help myself let it go, because I was holding on to it and I didn't realize I was holding on to it. So if ask yourself, am I holding on to whatever you're working on? Like whatever wound or whatever emotional issue that you're talking about, am I holding on to this? And ask Spirit for help in letting it go. Ask yourself to let it go. And if you can't let it go, that's okay too. It's just understanding and being clear about what you're holding on to, why you're holding on to it. And if you can't let it go, then that's okay too. Like, it's okay. There's a reason you're not ready to let it go yet. And that's okay too, right? And then we have the World in reverse. And there's just this feeling of like stagnation. And understanding, and I think this is just getting clear on the belief of lack. The lack of success, the lack of feeling like you can move forward. And maybe getting clear on how you feel about the world and yourself, and getting clear on the relationship with the relationship you have with the world and the relationship you have with society, and getting clear on if there's any wounds there, because there is this new beginning coming in, this new passion, this new creative spark, and you just got to look at some stuff. That's all. And that's okay. You are looking at stuff. So it's just suggestions. So if you don't want to, if it doesn't resonate, also don't take it. Go check out Reena's and Helen's video, because I feel like there's messages from both. There's a lot of yellow, there's a lot of red. And I think it just would be really good to do. Links are in my description box. I'm gonna pull one more card. Spirit, do you have any other, this is like the overarching energy of the whole reading, anything to help pile 2 with this, however blue wants to help pile 1 more. I just want like an overarching energy. So we've got creation. So I love these cards because, like, look. Oh, so cool. Anyways, creation. And I think that this is like through creating, you find healing and you find flow. And I think creation, if you have a hard time giving yourself permission to create, I'm giving you permission right now. You are allowed to create. You are a great creator. Create. Because through creation, it's showing, personally for you, pile 2, that's going to help you flow and that's going to help you heal the most. And blue, the color blue is helping you do that. And water's helping you do that. And the sky's helping you. You have a lot of spiritual ancestors and people and spirit guides on your side. You have angels on your side too. So just understand that you guys are doing the best you can. You guys are amazing humans. I'm so proud of the work that you've been doing. You've been working so hard. And I think that's all I have for you guys. So check out Reena and Helen's video in my description box, which I said. Like and subscribe if you can. Comment down below and let me know about if this resonates for you. If you resonate with what's flowing and healing in your life. If you resonate with this creation. And I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So today I really wanted to look at the color blue and what is flowing in your life and what is healing in your life. And I picked 2 blue overarching energies for the whole reading. And your 2 overarching blue color, energies is reflection and expansion. So for what is flowing in your life, we have reflection, ideation, faith, 1 earth magic, 1 a tidy house, clarity and organization, 20 envy, 9 broken heart. For what's healing in your life, we have expansion, passion, abundance, birds of a feather, 25, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, 25 Garden of Venus. Okay, so we got 1 and 1, 25 and 25. Like, what is happening right now? We've got appreciation, 15. It's so interesting, dude. And we've got 35, a first chakra Archangel Michael. I'm sorry, I'm just tripping out right now. A lot of synchronicities. I'm just going to say that first off because that's really crazy. There's a lot of synchronicities happening in your life right now. I think that's because you're very connected to spirit. Okay, I'm going to start where I need to start before I go off on that. What's flowing in your life is a lot of spirituality. Like, I really get this is my spiritual pile. This feels very spiritual to me. You're doing a lot of reflecting about yourself, reflecting about the world. I really get that your spiritual gifts are enhancing really, 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 really heavily. And it has to do with earthly like magic and earthly gifts. Like nature gifts. You're like an earth angel. That's kind of the sense I'm getting around this. I think it's so interesting. We have 2 1s, like your leader. You're really leading in this. It's interesting over here because we have envy and broken heart. I think a lot of people are envious of you. I think a lot of people are looking at you and seeing what you're doing and really because I think you're freaking catapulting. I think that you're like a light you're on fire. Like, you're on fire, dude. Like you are somebody that people can't help but go, what are they doing and how do I be like them? I want to be like Pile 3. Like, Pile 3 is doing something and they look amazing. They're literally a light. They're literally on fire. Their gifts are coming alive. I don't know why. What makes them so special? That's kind of what the sense I'm getting. So I just think that being very careful, and I think you're totally protected. So I'm just going to say that much. But I think just being really clear on what are people's intentions when they're around you and trust your gut. Like, I get the sense for Pile 3, what's very flowing is your gut is going off. And I think that your intuition's going off. And I think that if you feel some type of way and you have absolutely no evidence to say why you feel that way, trust that shit. So I had something happen to me, and I'm just gonna, I didn't even think this is so interesting. I didn't even think this was gonna come up. I don't think I would ever talk about this normally, but I was with somebody at a park. We were at the park. It was kind of like 5 o'clock at night. It was getting dark because it's getting dark early. And it wasn't like we were in a remote place, okay? But we were in the park, but it was kind of in this woodsy area a little bit. And I was at my car, and this guy, right? He's up in the woodsy area, and he comes out like in front, and it's like, and I'm with somebody, and I'm like, turn around. So immediately I'm like, I felt something because I said turn around in a way that I don't ever usually say it, right? And this person turns around and we're looking at this person. We're trying to ask him what's going on. Like, what he's trying to say something to us, but he's quiet. I can't hear him. I turn my music down in my car. I'm outside of my car. I turn my music down and like reach in and turn it down. And he looks at us and he's like lights a cigarette, right? And he goes to smoke it. And we ask him what he's trying to say and he's quiet. And he goes to smoke it and like smokes it and then like just stares at us. And like, and it was like I got this massive, really bad dread. Like I have never felt like that. I have never felt that intense of a download or a hit or like an intuition, but my whole body was like, get the fuck away. So I was like, and then it was funny because my friend also felt it too, and they were like, bad vibes. And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, get in the car. So we got in the car right away and we drove the fuck away. But my point is, like, I really have been learning about how to trust my intuition, and that shit still gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. This happened like not even a week ago. And I've never met a real serial killer in my life, guys, I don't think. And I for real think he was a serial killer. Like, and that's my intuition, because I started to see things, because when you have that type of energy, if someone, he looked like he was contemplating and trying to come up with a plan. He was like looking at us like prey. And I don't know, it just gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies when I talk about it right now. So I'm sorry I'm getting off on my own tangent, but I think what is happening is that if you have that kind of feeling, or even just a slight like, what is that, right? There are people around you that are envious of you. So just be aware and trust it. I'm also beginning to learn how to trust my fucking intuition. And it's hard if you've been taught your whole life not to trust yourself. And I've been actively taught to doubt myself. So it's a freaking learning process. And I think what's flowing into your life is this understanding and this ability to trust your intuition, to understand what's going on, and to trust it even if you have no logical information that tells you that this person doesn't have your best interest at heart. I didn't have any logical information that this guy was bad. He just fucking hit a cigarette, like legit. But I had the feeling, the intuition, the sense, this knowing, and your intuition's going off. Trust that shit. Trust yourself. I'm telling you, it's never wrong. And I think that you're doing that. A tiny house, clarity, and organization. I really think that you're cleaning your own house. You're really like clearing out the clutter. And that's not just like practical ways, but like actual ways. There's this, like, not actual ways, but like, yeah, you could be clearing your house out, but you also could be clearing the shit out in your life. There's this broken heart. Maybe you're healing a broken heart. Maybe you're flowing in healing the broken heart. I think that this broken heart is also in healing. I don't think it's just for flowing. I think that you're somehow healing a broken heart, and it doesn't have to be with a boyfriend or girlfriend. It could just be like your heart is broken for some reason, and I think that you're healing, and I think you're looking at that, and I think you're flowing with that. Like, you're like, I'm hurting, and you're flowing in and out of the hurting and understanding how to work through that, and I think that's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to move on to healing. Healing, there's expansion, passion, abundance. That's fucking amazing. So, excuse me, guys. Okay, you've done a lot of healing, because your healing's ushering in. Like, your healing's like all amazing. Like, there's so much good shit coming in. There's abundance coming in. There's rest and renewal, Garden of Venus. You have appreciation. You have Birds of a Feather, which this came out in pile 1, and I think it's all about cultivating relationships and having your soul family come in. And I think that since we have this abundance and passion being activated, I think you've done a shit ton of work. And this expansion, there's this expansion because of the healing that you've been doing. And your healing isn't even looking at, like, what I was expecting, and what's been happening with these readings with healing is that you've been looking at, like, we've been seeing what they've been looking at. And what I get from this pile specifically, that you've done so much healing that Spirit and the color blue really wanted to show what's coming because of the healing, because you've been doing it and working so fucking hard. So you're coming into an expansion of yourself. There's passion being born because of the shit that you've been working on. You're getting a lot of abundance from material, either materially or with your soul family. Your soul family is coming in for you. This rest and renewal, you've learning how to rest, and there's this garden that's being born of love, of beauty, of just sensual beauty, but also a garden in yourself, a garden of love in yourself. And I think it's crazy that we have 225s also, and we have 2 1s like above it. Like, I just think that shows that you're divinely guided. Like, this to me is saying you are guided divinely. Like, spirit is like, you're on the right path. Like, this is a double, triple, quadruple confirmation that you're fucking doing it. And spirit's so proud of you, dude. Sorry, dude. I don't mean to say dude, but I just mean dude isn't like, it's like an expression of like, hell yeah, basically. And there's appreciation of yourself, and there's this appreciation of other people, and this appreciation of this beauty that you're building, because you're building something beautiful, because you're building yourself up, but everything else is coming together because of it. And I love that you have Archangel Michael, and right here he's representing the root chakra, and in red, and I think it's interesting because we have 2 hearts in your reading and red, and I think red's going to be really important in going and looking, and also yellow, because we have yellow right here as well for the abundance, and yellow here, and yellow here, and yellow here. So I think really going and looking at Reena's and Helen's videos in my description box is going to be very important. There's a lot of important messages there for you guys, I think. Archangel Michael's helping you with this broken heart, and also helping you with your root chakra, and helping you heal and feel grounded, and just helping you even more than you're already doing so amazing. And I think that Archangel Michael is just here to help you do that more, because I think that you guys have been doing so much amazing work. Okay, I'm going to get 3 tarot cards for each of what, sorry, the cards got messed up, whatever. 3 tarot cards of each of what's flowing in your life, and what's going to help you. These tarot cards are here to say what else is going to help you help the flow in your life and help the healing in your life. So 3 spirit, we got 8 of Pentacles, okay. We've got King of Wands in reverse, okay. I think that's the healing of the relationship, or whatever this broken heart's about. 10 of Swords. And we've got, for healing spirit, we've got the Empress. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. One more spirit. And we've got 10 of Cups upright. Wow. Okay, see? Geez. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. There's a new job or a new skill or something. You're building a business. There's something. You're building a business and getting into your creativity, and focusing on your new skill is going to help bring more flow into your life. Focusing on creativity is going to help bring more flow into your life. We have the King of Wands in reverse, and I think they're just be careful about who's around you. I think Spirit's just saying be careful about who's around you with this envy card. It could also be healing of this broken heart. This King of Wands could be someone that's representing that has really hurt you, that you need to heal or look at. This 10 of Swords. I'm sorry, I'm so sick. Just, yeah, more of just being very careful about who's around you. Like, look, okay, so you have a person here that's running away, and your whoever this is like reaching for help, and they're like running away because they had something to do with it. At least that's what I'm getting off of this. And I think it's just being very careful, and this is not to scare you because you are so protected, but just to be aware that there are people around you that are envious. There are people around you that may not say who they are, and this could just be people that are immature. It doesn't have to be like someone like I talked about that like wanted to kill me. Like, so it could just be people around you that are immature, and just being very clear and aware that they're there. Just being very clear on and trusting your intuition. Just trust yourself. You guys have the ability to spot this shit like no other, dude. You really do. So we also have the Empress for healing. You understand that you are the Empress. You are nurturing. You are sensual. You are beautiful. You are feminine. You have beautiful harmony. You have everything you need. You are the Empress, and you're bringing in this stuff because you're the Empress, and you're owning that. We have 7 of Pentacles in reverse, which is just delay. There may be this frustration over the lack of growth in something. Oh, I said 10 of Cups. That's so interesting that this is the 2 of Cups. I'm sorry, guys. I said 10 of Cups. And understanding that the healing is It could be a partnership that's coming in for you. I got the sense up here that there may be, or no, down here, that there may be a partnership that's coming in for you because of this healing, because we have Two of Cups, and it really is, this line was really about bringing in what's coming in for you because of the healing that you've done. And Two of Cups could be a unified partnership or unified love. And just loving yourself, like continually doing what you've been doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. You really don't, I don't have a lot of advice for you except for fuck yes for you. And also, I'm so sorry, guys. Fuck yes for you, and you're doing the deed, and like, yes, dude. Yes. And understand that the things that you're doing will pay off. It will. You may not feel like it will, but it will. This shit that's coming in is coming in. Believe it. You have what it takes. You're doing the work. You are a badass, dude. Badass. Like, hell yeah, dude. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so proud. And I think you guys have done so much work. Okay. I'm going to get one overarching card from Spirit. Oh, okay, that's a lot. That's not one. Okay, so let me see. Ooh. Okay, what does this say? It says Dark Star. So it's like interesting because like watch. Oh, watch. So cool. Dark Star. I want to look this up. Let me pause it. I'm gonna look it up. I wasn't gonna read it, but I'm gonna read it. Dark Star. When there's something burning within you, open your mouth. This world begs us to push things down, to pretend the injustices don't exist, to not ask for more. Authority wants us to feel small, incapable, to let ourselves wear down and fade away. We spend a lifetime tucking away our power, handcuffing ourselves to keep the peace. But energy is neither created nor destroyed. Each time we have bent to the will of something seemingly larger than ourselves, we have not given our power away. Because that power lays in wait. It starts lining your spirit, continuing to grow, waiting for the day you will discover it. It is the rage, the excitement, the fury, the how dare you. It is a hurricane. And if they let you have it, they would have to call you by your name, the storm that dared to be. But what is more holy than reclaiming this storm, of letting the thunder inside you crack through the sky? You may have to sever the telephone lines and rip up the foundation, but there's a world of color waiting to be seen. The next time it rains, call it by your name. Dude, that is badass, dude. Hell yeah. You are the Dark Star. Hell to the yeah. You are. I'm like so hyped up about this reading. It's like, because you guys are fucking badass. And you guys are doing the deed and like doing the work. And like championing yourself. And it's beautiful. I'm so proud of you, pile 3. I am. I just want to like go off because you guys deserve that. You guys deserve to go off. Go off about yourself. You are, I think. I think that's why I have this energy. It's like, fuck yes. I love this energy. You want to know why? Because I want to stand in my power too. And I want to see others stand in their power. And you are standing in your power. And I love it. And it feels so good. And I want to do it too. And I'm doing it too. So like, fuck yes for me. I'm sorry. It's like exciting. You guys are awesome. Okay. I think that's all I have for you, pile 3. Take this energy. Take the fuck yeah. Take the badass. You are brave. You are a badass. You are fucking so awesome. So, like, thank you also for, like, reminding me. Because, like, I'm awesome, too. And it's hard for me to step into my power. And, like, you stepping into your power gives other people permission to step into theirs. And you give me permission to step into mine. So, like, thank you for that. And thank you for this reading. Check out Helen and Reena's reading. They are amazing people. They are amazing. And they have such good readings to go to. And they're in my description box. And please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Comment your Dark Star energy, your badass energy. Let me know if it resonates. And I will see you guys next time.